Good evening. This is Pat from Pat's Card Corner, and this is Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. So tonight we are going to be making a pocket card, and I'm just going to talk a couple minutes before we get started because I want to give people a chance to just kind of get logged on here if they want to watch. And I have a couple short announcements to make, so I'm just going to do those while I'm waiting just for a second. So the first announcement is that we've passed Christmas. We're almost to New Year's, just a couple more days. And next week, Stampin' Up is debuting these two catalogs. I can't show you what's inside, but I can show you the covers. They have a new mini catalog. It is filled with lots of fun new stamp sets and papers. And also there is a Sale-A-Bration Catalog. What's in this catalog is things that you can get for free when you make a minimum $50 purchase order. And I'm going to show you some of those tonight because we're going to be working with some of these products that are in this free catalog. So you're going to get a little sneak peek tonight of some of the things that we're going to do. So the card we're going to make tonight, I am using, and I've temporarily forgotten the name of it because my mind has just gone blank for a second. But it is one of the paper packs that you can get for free. It's called Paper Blooms, and I'm just going to show it to you real quick. It's got nice big flowers on it, and I'm actually going to use this piece that's on the top. All the Stampin' Up papers are double-sided, and these are the 6 that come in this pack. This is the front. There's one more. And a little bit geometric, and then there's the back of each one. And so there's a bunch of flowers and stripes, so you can coordinate the front and the back of your papers. So I'm just going to flip it back over. This is the one that we're going to use tonight, so I'm just going to cut that tonight to the size that we need. And we are also going to use this stamp set, which is called A Touch of Ink. This is another one of the stamp sets that you can get for free when they debut the new catalogs. That begins on January the 5th. That's a Tuesday. But we are going to use this tonight, do this little flowers, some of the little sentiments in there. It's a really nice stamp set. It's got a lot of nice things in it. But we are going to get started. And the first thing, if you saw my post earlier today, you know that we need a piece of designer series paper, which is this, but we need a piece that is 4 inches by 10 inches. I haven't cut this yet, but I'm going to do that. So we're just going to cut a piece off, and then we'll be all set to go. I move my blade out of the way. So we need a piece that's 4 inches and by 10 inches. So I'm going to flip this out and cut it by 10 inches this way. And then I will go over the other pieces that we will need. And actually, while I have this, I'll come back. So you're going to need a piece that is cut 4 inches by 10 inches. And I'll put that on there so you know. You're also going to need a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 cardstock, something that matches your paper. You're going to need, see, look, my note on the back. You're also going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is 4 3/4 by 3.5. We are going to do a little bit of cutting on this piece of cardstock, and we're going to do a little bit of scoring on this piece of cardstock. You'll also need 2 scraps of both the Whisper White and whatever color cardstock you have. This is Night of Navy. You're going to need 2 scraps of that. We are going to use that to put our sentiment on, and you're also going to need about 18 inches. I like to give you extra so you have plenty to make. We are going to be tying it and making a bow with that. This is Night of Navy twine. This is also one of the new products that is coming out in January. So, and that's all you're going to need. So I'm just going to move this out of the way real quick because we don't need it at the moment. And we're going to cut this piece into 2 smaller pieces. So this is the size of a regular, if you were doing a regular card, this is, if you fold it in half, this would be the size. We're going to do something just a little bit different with it. So we are going to do just a little bit of cutting. So this is the 5.5 inch side, and we want a piece that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is, or we know is 5.5. So I can show you 5.5, and we need a, so we're going to turn it so it's lengthways. This is the 8.5 side, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. So we're going to put that aside, and then we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it to 3 3/4. We're just going to cut that, move it over to 3 3/4. You can save this piece. We might use it a little bit later, and then we're going to turn it the other direction, and we are going to cut it at 5 inches. So this piece will be 3 3/4 by 5, and the other piece will be 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, so we're going to set those, just leave those right there. This is the piece of our designer series paper. It's 4 inches by 10 inches, and we are going to do just a little bit of scoring for this. So I'm going to move my cutting blade out of the way so I don't accidentally cut it like I did in my last video, because, you know, we all make mistakes here and there. And we are going to score this. I need to pull my thing out here. Move this out of the way so it's flat. We are going to score this at 5 1/4. So I'm going to put this at the 5 1/4 mark. And remember, we're scoring and not cutting, so that the gray blade is your scoring blade. So we're going to score that at 5 1/4, and we're going to score it at 9 1/4. I'm going to move that up to 9 1/4, and just going to score that. So this is, just to go over it again, this is 4 inches by 10 inches, and we scored it at 5 1/4 and 9 1/4. I'll even put it right there for you, so in case you want to write it down real quick, in case you didn't get it while I was talking, there it is. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, I guess I could show you the card we're going to make, couldn't I? Or I couldn't make you be surprised. We're going to make a card, this different paper, but we're going to make this card. It's a little pocket card. It has a little piece that comes in. Okay, so we're going to take this piece that we have scored and, excuse me, had to get a little sip of water there. And where it's scored on the small end, we're just going to fold that over, and we're going to give it a really good crease. And then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to fold up and give it a really good crease. And this is going to make the little pocket for our card. But before we do anything, we are now going to take our piece of twine, and I have it here somewhere, right here, and we are going to tie this around so it's on top of the flap. And we want the bow part to be over on this side. And I like to put, because so that the bow doesn't kind of get away from me, I like to put a little glue dot right where I'm going to kind of tie it. So I'm just going to put that right there. So when I tie it like this, I can just press that down. Whoops, let me get that straight there. I can just press that down right on the glue dot, so it's not going to untie or anything, and then it makes it a lot easier for me to tie the bow. I don't have to worry about trying to keep it tight or any of that, and it just makes it real simple. So then I just tied my bow, and then obviously I have a lot of extra. Some people have a hard time making bows, so I like to give you lots of extra so that you have lots to work with. So then you're just going to trim it off shorter, and there you go. So now we have that on our little pocket, and that little glue dot will also help keep this from staying where it wants to be. So now we're going, these are our two cardstock pieces. We want to use the bigger one, and we are just going to adhere this just like that to the front of that card. So I'm just going to flip it over. So when you're doing this and you're choosing your designer series paper, you want to pick a paper that you like both sides, because this is this card does use both sides on the same piece. If it doesn't match, or if you don't like what it looks like, or the two look like together, then you'll want to pick a different piece, because you can see this is the back side is where the flap is, and the top, and then the front side is this pretty flower pattern. So we're just going to glue that on just like that. And now we're ready to do the pocket piece. So, hey Margaret. Hey Judy. All right, so now we're ready to do our pocket piece. And we're going to do just a little bit of stamping in the corner up here just to give it a little decoration, so when it's peeking out of the pocket on your card, you have something pretty to look at and they'll want to see what else is on there. So as I said, the stamp set that I'm using is called A Touch of Ink, and I'm going to do this little flower right here, and this is another stamp that'll stamp the color on the flower. So you could color it with markers or colored pencils, but this includes another stamp you just stamp right on top, and it'll give some color to your flower. So this is the flower. It's a lot bigger than it looks on the picture. So I'm actually going to stamp it a little bit off of the paper, kind of like this. So I'm going to ink it up with some Memento black ink. And I've kind of got it turned upside down, but you can do it either way. And I'm going to kind of stamp it off the paper, so because I only want the flowers on there. I don't want the whole thing. And there we go. And then this is the stamp that has for the color. I'm going to use Rococo Rose. It's one of the colors that's in my paper. You can see the little like pinkish color there. So let me get this open. Move that out of the way real quick so I don't accidentally get it. So you can kind of see that it doesn't fit exactly. It's meant to kind of be like a little bit of abstract. So you'll see as soon as I stamp it on there, you can see the color on there. And you're just going to kind of lay it over the top. And it just kind of gives you a little colored image right there. Okay, now we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue it to our other piece of cardstock. This piece was 3 1/4 by 5. So we're just going to turn this over, put a little bit of glue on the back. You can use multi-purpose glue, or you can use Stampin' Seal, whatever you like to use. I kind of like to use the glue only because for myself, if I don't get it straight, I have a little bit of wiggle room that I can kind of slide it just a little in case it's not quite exactly straight. Because sometimes my eyeballs are crooked. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but okay. so, and then this is just going to slide right into there, and you can see the little flower peeking out right there. Now we need to put a little sentiment there, and this is where we are going to, this stamp set has two different ones that I was trying to decide which one I want to use, either thinking of you or thank you so much. Since my other card was a thank you so much, I think I'm going to use the little thinking of you. So I'm going to take my scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use Night of Navy ink because that's what matches my cardstock base. And that stamp is, because I already put it on here, it's right here. I'm just going to stamp right here. Let's see, I think I better do it this way. This way. There you go. And I think I need to re-ink my pad there. And I'm going to show you one of the other products that is in the new catalog. This, not sure how this is gonna shine or what. This is a double scallop punch. There's a scallop oval, sorry, double oval, scalloped oval, and then there's just a regular oval. So I'm going to use the regular oval, and whoops, I need to trim off a little bit of this so that it'll fit in there. My piece is a little bit big. There we go. And I'm just going to center it on there and then punch it out. And then to do the scalloped oval, I have a scrap piece of Night of Navy cardstock. I'm just going to slide that right in. Punch that out. How easy is that? This is going to be one of those tools that everybody's going to want to get, because you can, it's easy to use, it's easy to punch, you've automatically got something that looks pretty, they go together. I am really excited about getting this one into the hands of people, because I think they'll love it. I know I love it because it's just faster. I do have die cuts that'll do this, but this is just so much faster. And when you're making a quick and easy card, you want something that's quick and easy. Okay, so that is going to go right there. I am going to put this on dimensionals. I'm only going to put it on the side here and on the side there, so when it goes over the top of the string, it's not going to wobble back and forth. It'll be flat with the string. So I'm just going to, and you can see where I'm putting them. So I'm not, a lot of times you'll see, you know, put them on the ends, but I'm putting them on the sides because I want the string to go, or the twine to go right in the middle between these two rows. So, whoops, let's get it right side up. And you do want to make sure that you don't get it, yep, that'll work. That you don't get it too far up, because you don't want your card not to be able to slide out. So, and there you go, your card is done. How fast and easy is that? I love this card. It's just so easy to do. This one I stamped. If you don't want to stamp and you want to color, this one I actually colored in with our Stampin' Blends markers. So you can see they look a little bit different. If you want something that's more defined, you'll want to color it in either with Stampin' Blends or colored pencils. If you want a little more abstract look, then you just use the stamps and that come with it, and it looks just a little bit more abstract. So there you go. 2 simple, easy cards that only took me 20 minutes to explain, actually 19 minutes to explain how to do it. So you can see how quick and easy this is. And we even cut the paper too, so just really quick. So I will be back next Tuesday for another Take 2 Tuesday, another quick card. And so I hope you'll join me. In the meantime, the directions for this and all the measurements will be on my blog tomorrow at www.jumpingintostamping.com, so be sure to check that out. And also, just a quick announcement, as soon as I find my piece of paper, I am doing a special, in January, I'm doing a special Birthday Bash Bingo class. So if you would like to, this is going to be an online Zoom class, if you would like to join me in this class, we're going to play 5 games of bingo. We're going to be making 4 cards that'll come in your kit, and you will also get a goodie bag that has at least $15 worth of product in it, and the cost is only $25. If I have to ship it to you, if you're not local to me, there is an additional $8 shipping charge. So if you're interested in that, just go to my blog, leave a comment on here that you're interested. I'll be glad to send you the information. It's going to be a lot of fun. All the prizes are going to be new products that are in the January to June mini catalog, or from the Sale-A-Bration Catalog. So you'll get your hands on new products, and there will also be new products in your goodie bag. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we have a good time when we're doing it. So if you'd like to join me, just leave a message in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Have a great night. Happy New Year. Looking forward to 2021 and lots of good things happening next year. So have a great night. See you soon.